Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandragon's Cave. Today we're gonna be talking about Weevil from One Piece. Weevil, it's a mysterious character so far, and a character full of... it has me full of questions. And at the same time, it's quite a recent character in terms, if we talk about the One Piece timeline, but we know him already for a couple of years. Before the Shichibukai were abolished, she was basically the last Shichibukai to be rebuilt, or the newer, different, that no one knew, totally new character. And that was, for me, a big boom, because it kind of introduced a full new dynamic in some of the things that the story we were gonna go for. So before I start actually going more into the thoughts, into the theory about Weevil, what I want to say is I'm gonna be talking about some of the recent developments in Egghead. If you follow the manga, so please don't carry on watching if you are not up to date with the manga, because I may spoil you. So basically, Weevil in the introduction is as a character that it is so strong that no one can stop him. And yeah, it looks like a strong character. And the other particularity that he has is that he's always with his mom. Okay? The mom is feeding him the idea that he is Shirohige, Whitebeard son, legitimate son. So basically he is hunting and destroying all the supposedly sons, the commanders of the divisions of Whitebeard after the war. Okay, so Blackbeard is hunting some, this guy is hunting some as well, and we have his introduction as well, and he destroyed, I believe is the AO pirates, with one of the pirate crews that goes with Blackbeard to the war in Marineford. Okay, so Miss Backins is the mom. She feeds him this concept, this idea about being the legitimate son of Whitebeard. Okay, and he believes it. He's trying to hunt these other guys and defeat them, etc. Just because the mother says, and to prove that he is as strong as he was. Okay. Now, if you think for a second about Shirohige, about Whitebeard, we know that his story basically goes around family and having a family. That he never had a family, he was an orphan, etc. And then you have this this massive crew that becomes the Jongo crew that he builds, and that's the family that he has. That's the family, and everyone calls him Pops. That Pops, it's father. And basically, he achieved what he wanted, because Roger, in one of the flashbacks, Roger tells him, do you want to know where is the One Piece, what is the One Piece, everything? And he says, no, I don't care about that, because he already has what he wants, that is being a father and having a family. So how this guy Weevil wouldn't be recognized as son? Why Marco and the other guys would not recognize him as a thing? Because now in Egghead, so as I said, please don't continue if you haven't watched the latest manga updates. In Egghead, we have this concept that Vegapunk is kind of remarking after seeing Sanji's saga in Whole Cake and with Sanji's family. We have this whole concept about clones brought up, and that the kids, so Sanji and the brothers have been experimented, they have been augmented with technology, etc., etc. And then we have this this concept about the clones, about the Seraphins, that they are from the previous Ichibukai, so basically clones, augmented clones. And what happens with this is CP0 is as well in Egghead. We have Ruchi, Kaku, and Stoshi. Stoshi is a lady, it's a girl with short blonde hair that we meet in Whole Cake. Coincidentally, in Whole Cake Saga, that is as well Sanji Saga with the German 66, his family, with the whole clones concept. So it is revealed that Stoshi is a clone, okay, of Miss Backins. So Miss Backins, that is this guy's mom, okay. So Stoshi is kind of the first success in cloning from Vegapunk in theory, okay. This guy Weevil, we have seen him with we have seen him in has when I carry on drawing, you will see that he has here on the arm a massive scar like this, and then he has another one here on the neck as well, big, like he's been put together, or he's been very damaged in a fight in the past. Where have we seen this before as well? We have seen this in Thriller Bark Saga, and Thriller Bark Saga is kind of a foreshadowing about clones, because what he is doing, what Moria is doing there, is basically taking these corpses, fixing them, Hawkback is fixing them, and then you have these clones, these zombies, that they are like clones of the originals, okay. So the concept, the foreshadowing is there. Oda loves to do this kind of things with the foreshadowing, and yeah. So my theory is that he really is Whitebeard's son, in the concept of the government. Vegapunk has taken some of the lineage factor that is this whole thing about the clones, the lineage factor from Whitebeard, and has created this clone. He put together some pieces like in the other saga and created this first clone. That it wasn't successful because, as we have seen with the dragon question, Vegapunk asked Luffy, "Oh, you're talking about the dragon fruit. What color was? Oh, it was peach color. Oh, then it was a failure." So we see that Vegapunk is a perfectionist, and whatever he creates, that it is not exactly how it should be. Like in this case, a duplicate. Like this guy doesn't look like Whitebeard. So if it is not exactly a duplicate, he will consider it as a failure. So I think what happens here is that we have fully confirmation that Stussy and other characters were in the Rocks Pirates, and Whitebeard was in the Rocks Pirates. And probably, as we have Boa Hancock infatuated with Luffy, probably we had a very young Miss Backins infatuated with Whitebeard, and he wanted a family, and if he didn't go for it, probably is because this is a shonen and there's not much love if it is not super important, and as well, if he didn't go for it is because he was too focused in the fight, probably, I think. The thing is, the point here is, I think Miss Backins stayed for a while with Vegapunk after the Rocks Pirates and all of this story ended, and then we have this moment when he manages to get some of Whitebeard lineage factor. He clones him, and he has made this baby zombie looking, but Miss Backins take it the same as her son, okay? So she takes it as her son anyway, and basically what she's feeding him, probably Whitebeard didn't know or never understood these science things, or he never cared about it, or he cared about real interaction and all these science things, and yeah, so maybe it never came to him. So I think that's the reason why Vegapunk is considering Stussy his first success in cloning. Okay, because this guy was made before Stussy. He wasn't exactly the same like Shirohige, so he actually didn't care about him, and he discarded him. Okay, discarded him. Original Stussy, that is Miss Backins, didn't like this, and she decided to take the kid and disappear. And then we have the story of Weevil. Okay, so feel free, because this is completely speculation, everything is completely new what I'm talking about. I may be completely mistaken, but I think that Oda is kind of guiding us into this path for Weevil. Okay, something very important as well at the moment is that we couldn't see anyone so far that they have been encountered with Weevil able to stop him, okay? Not anyone. And then we have the news after the war, after the hunting, after everything, after Wano, blah blah blah, etc. That we have the news that there are, there are pirates, there are marines, there's people attacking the island of Shirohige, where Shirohige was kind of keeping safe these people. These people that they were consumed by the war, so he was protecting them in this island. There are monsters, there's beasts there, the money. This Marco confirms this when Nekomamushi goes to talk with him to ask him to join this rebellion in Wano. He says, I can't go because I need to take care of Pop's legacy, that is this town, and I need to protect these people here. So Marco ends up going, and then we have this moment, we have this scene that Weevil has been, because he was looking for Marco, the first son, let's say, the first commander, the first son, to defeat him as well. But he ends up realizing about this town and protecting the town, okay? So, because of this, they send Green Bull to capture him, and then there's like a conversation that if he is not gonna give up, I mean, he needs to give up, blah blah blah. So there's a conversation there. Green Bull is so strong that he will destroy the full town and everything. So this guy Weevil accepts to go with him to Impel Down, and he lets himself capture. This reminds me a lot like Superman. There's a moment in Superman comics and Superman story, he's so strong, obviously, and he's from another planet, and no one can stand up to him. But there's a moment that he, for the understanding of the humans, he kind of gives himself, and he lets them lock him up in the prison, that he can escape anytime because he can break the walls, break everything, okay? But just so they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we'll do 5, and that's it, because we don't need to do exactly everything the same, but I just don't want to go on top of the change. These are gonna change later. So it reminds me to that. So this is a character so strong that he could escape any prison like Superman anytime, and Oda makes this very visible since day one that he's introduced. He's telling you no one can actually defeat him so far. It is as strong as Whitebeard. I'm giving you hints that he's actually a clone of Whitebeard, like we have Stossy being a clone of Miss Backins. And yeah, so basically after Wano, that Marco is dropped in the island again. I think the sketch is kind of done. I'm gonna move into doing the lines and everything, and this, just gonna do some basic lines like this. So after knowing that Marco comes back and Miss Backins is there, and he blames Marco, and he says, "Oh, we came here for you, and because your fault, and because shirohige this and that." I said, "Now your duty, if you are like a real son of Whitebeard, your duty is to go and release and save my son from Impel Down." And Oda kind of hints this second breaking of Impel Down, and I think that's what is gonna happen. But I think Marco may be just the flame, like Ace was the flame in the Marines, in the Marine Fort. I think maybe Marco may be just the flame of this incident, kind of go and try to break in, and some sort of information may reach into Impel Down. And I don't think we are gonna see any of this. Maybe there's a mini story or something, but I don't think we will see any of this. I think there's a good moment maybe to involve in this kind of theory the Grand Fleet and everything. Let's see this, okay. Because all these characters that Oda is introducing, they need to come back to the story, and they need to do something with the story. And it could fit that if this guy is locked in Impel Down, Marco, because he feels guilty, and he's gonna save his, let's say, brother. Marco is gonna accept him as a brother. He's gonna save him, and what implications do we have in the story for this? The implications that we have basically are that there are other characters that we may be, as a reader, interested in having released or breaking out of Impel Down, like Mr. Chu Bonclay. I don't think he's dead. Now he is the queen of New Kamaland in Impel Down. And then we have Doflamingo as well is there. So even if I think Doflamingo is not a character that we are gonna see doing major things at the moment, I completely think he is a character that is gonna show up again, and it's a character that needs to see the end of the story and the end of the Terrobitos. I think he needs to escape somehow, and this character Weevil, I think, is being created for the sole purpose of doing this. Let's keep doing these lines here for the nose. Okay. And you always have a mucus. When in Japanese cartoon, in Japanese mangas or animes, they do this mucus. That's sign of that the character is a very, very silly character. That he's very gullible, and he doesn't understand half of the things that he's been said, and yeah, kind of a little bit silly, ignorant character. And we see that as well with his design, that he will believe anything that he is being told, in this case by his mom. The mustache. Okay. we're gonna make already this in dark because it's dark. We don't need to paint it later. Okay. Okay. Looking good. And now the mouth is really funny mouth like this. It's like this. Okay. It's very thick lips like Usopp. So as you can see with the design, this guy looks nothing like Whitebeard. Whitebeard was, well, this is very big as well, but Whitebeard was a big, strong, musculated man, proportionate, and yeah, this guy is like a zombie looking, completely different body, and I think that's why Vegapunk considered it as a failure. Okay, so there's some lines here to do the hair. It has this kind of braids or ponytail, I don't know how to call it in English, but basically it's here on the side. Okay. This character is such a Oda design. Some of the characters are very in One Piece are very Oda style, and this is one of those that you look at him and it's like, oh my god, this is totally One Piece type of design, and I really like it. I wanted to talk about it, to talk about him for a very long time, and I think today is the day, because as I always say in these latest videos, I think we're gonna be getting all this info regarding side characters like this soon, to feel a little bit what the main story is gonna be and how all the characters are gonna join. Let's do all of this. Okay. So he has a massive cut here on the eye, that it goes on the cheek, and then it falls the whole way up to here until the neck. But first we're gonna do this and this. Okay. Okay. So basically, as I said, these cuts are sewed together like this. And this is what we see in the zombies in Impel Down, that they've been put together. So probably this, even being a clone, it may have been that Vegapunk used for different types of experiments, and he kind of done many different things. That's why you don't see Miss Backins loving much Vegapunk, because she didn't accept the outcome of this experiment. And let's put this like this. She didn't accept the outcome of this experiment in the concept of you created this Frankenstein monster, let's say, Frankenstein monster, because it's referencing to that, and now you don't want to take care of him, you want to discard him, and it's been made from, let's say, one of my nakamas, because we know this for sure, that they were actually nakamas in the same crew, and now you don't want to take care of him and you just want to kill it, to abandon him. I will take care of him, because maybe she respects the concept of family from even if she wasn't infatuated, she wasn't in love or anything like this. It's just she could say, no, I respect the concept of family that this man has, and you created this at his image, failed, but created this at his image, and he's alive, and I can't allow you to let it die there in a corner like a failed experiment or anything like this. So I'm gonna take charge of this. Something like this, I see it happening, okay? And we have him, I think as soon as he said that he will protect this land and he will give himself up to Green Bull, and he is basically letting them take him to, let's do this kind of zigzag here for the blade. As he let them kidnap him or take him and put him in Impel Down, is kind of saying, Oda is telling me there, I'm good, this guy is good, he's gonna be helping us at some point somehow, not because he wants to help, but because it's the good thing to do and is what the father will do. And yeah, I don't see much so far an interaction with Luffy, how can it be, or why would it be, or with anyone of the group. But so far with Marco, yes. And maybe if he hears that his first hated brother Marco, and now I think because protecting the town, he realized that he's been protecting the town, maybe he loves him now, because he's a silly character, like oh, brother Marco, I love you now. Maybe he sees, or he realizes that Marco is raiding Impel Down to take him out, and he's gonna be at the very, very bottom where Doflamingo is. I don't think in the same cage or in the same space, but maybe Oda can even do that. And he goes so crazy that even Doflamingo can be released and follow him, or even take him and control him to be able to destroy everything on his path and escape. So I would see something like that happen, and it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. So this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess, and then this one here. Good. Good, and it's very, very chunky character. It reminds me 100% to Queen from Kaido. It's very similar design. It's very hairy arms here and sides as well. Okay. I want to kind of lay what is gonna be the shape of the body, and in a moment I will go for the details of the chain, because the chain, as you can see, I don't want to do it exactly like a chain. I'm gonna go more for the cartoon, because if not we can be here ages trying to define a proper big nice chain. But yeah, something like this it can do. Then the other one is hidden here, okay. And we're just gonna do the same. 1, 2, 3. 4. Like this. Just 1 second. Some lines there to simulate the armor. Okay. It's looking good. It's like a onesie as well that he is wearing here. I love this style for characters. When I do my own characters as well, for my own stories, for my personal drawings, as you can see in the other videos I'm doing at the moment, or even when I'm kind of just drawing for, just for the sake of drawing and having something done or something I want to do, my characters end up being as well really onepiece, and they have really small legs as well, really cartoon bodies, and I love that. Slowly I'm gonna be posting more different drawings apart from One Piece, other stories, personal, other mangas, other animes, other movies, and you know, drawing from the imagination as well that I'm doing already with the Inktober. And yeah, so feel free to see all of these things and tell me what you think about it, and and yeah, let's kind of have some fun with the art and the drawings and the stories that we can do here, and yeah. So as I always do, this is, as I always say, this is like a cylinder, no, that we want to do this kind of hair effect. And if you see I'm not doing it straight, I'm doing it with a little bit of intention to make this shape, this curve like this, like it creates like a 2D fake effect on it. And yeah, so here in the middle of the arm we have this big stitched scar as well, like we've done before. And as I said, this is totally a reference from Moria and Thriller Bark. Okay, so this one here look like it's just on the back side, on the front, and on the back is gonna be very short. So how about how we don't need to draw the back? Okay, good. We are good. So this side, we are gonna do that. You see how he's making it like a silly kid. This is the underwear, basically. So Oda is telling you this is a silly character. It's very gullible character. It's gonna be believing whatever is told. But now with all these characters, what Oda normally does, or in the stories you normally do, is that they will kind of have a voice for themselves. And in this case, normally they do these characters very strong as well, and he is gonna be able to stand to his mom already with the whole Marco thing, and yeah, so he's gonna embrace this concept of being truly son of Whitebeard, and he's gonna protect the other brothers, in this case Marco, etc. So this has something like this here, and then this is some wrapping that he has on the weapon. Okay, and here on the top he has some wrapping too. This is for a better grip. When you see this in weapons, it's for better grip, because this kind of, maybe if it is wood or if it is other kind of material, it's normally slippery. And let's do now the pirate flag that he has there. Okay. Just 3 lines here in the middle as well. And then, as Oda always does, these similar looking ones with the important scar, as we've been talking. So always in One Piece you have these flags, okay, the pirate flags, and the pirate flags always represent the character. So in this case we have the mustache from Shirohige, from Whitebeard, telling you he is actually from Shirohige's lineage. And at the same time you have this let's do this side 1 second. Okay, you have the scar telling you, this scar in the eye has a lot of importance in the story, and I think that's what it means. It means what we were talking, like he is a clone made by Vegapunk, and yeah, and let's see, like this. And actually everyone was right regarding the story. Everyone was right. But we need to see how the story is going to be developing here, and what is the purpose of Weevil and the whole cloning concept. And yeah. So this, as you see, is a quick way of doing a chain. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to, when you draw, to make the impression that it is a chain, okay? Like you see there. And with this one we will do the same. Just like this. We need to do this little piece here as well, and another one here as well, so we don't forget the corners. Okay, so there we have more or less the hair done, the chains done, and let's add some details here for the neck. Some more hairs here. It has the abs as well there showing up because he's very strong. Yeah, Weevil is a very young concept of a story by Oda, and all that we can say, it's only speculation so far, but please feel free to say in the comments what do you think about him, and how do you think Oda is gonna use his storyline, and what we may see going forward from him. It can be very interesting because he is confirmed to be massively strong, and yeah. So let's see, let's add a little bit more of hair here on the side, and then we do these ones here too. Okay. We still need to do a couple more as well at the bottom, because he has a very long mane on the top, and then here at the bottom as well. Okay, it has a kind of a second line as well. Okay. We are just missing a little bit of hair, that he has more hair here on the chest as well. And we do the same, we don't do it straight, we do a little bit of intention there like this to create this fake volume. Okay, and if this is like this, if you see, we are missing a little bit of here as well to make this shape. Okay. I think we kind of have the design. Just gonna move it a little bit to, not sure if everything will be in focus because today we are making a very big character, but yeah, it's looking good. I like it very much, and well, I'm gonna use this moment now to paint the onesie that is supposed to be black as well. Stussy is one of those characters that since Whole Cake has been introduced more and more in the storyline, and I love it. It's very nice. It's very nice what Oda is doing with her, with the whole double, triple infiltration and everything, with the Whole Cake, with this and that, and with the CP0, with the Vegapunk story, with the cloning story, with the Rocks story, now with Weevil and Miss Backins. I think it's very nicely written, and just because of this and because the connection that if she is confirmed to be the clone of Miss Backins, we need to keep an eye with the real Miss Backins, and we need to keep an eye on this guy Weevil, because she is taking care of him, and if she is so skilled as a clone, that's just telling you that the original Miss Backins was as skilled as the clone, or even more. So it can be, for me, it can be very interesting concept, whatever is going to happen with Weevil and this cloning cloning scenario. Let's do this side as well. Do you think actually Oda will want to give him more importance, or a little bit of importance in the story, or Marco is being used a lot. I don't think Marco will have much relevance going forward, but this new character is being pushed. We haven't seen anything about him, but in the context and in around who he is and who is his mom, as she says that she's his mom, there's a lot of storyline. And yeah, do you think he's gonna be coming out, or it can give something good for the storyline? I don't know, maybe in Elbaf, if there's a second breakout of Impel Down, those characters may end up as well in Elbaf. That is probably the upcoming saga that we will see after Egghead. And yeah, it can make fully sense if we see a little bit of this guy after, because it's a way of having Whitebeard in the story without having Whitebeard in the story. And this is one of those things that Oda planned. As I always say, he planned the story to be for 5 years, and Whitebeard was in the story. So maybe after doing this whole Marineford scenario and everything, he wanted to do something with Whitebeard in Elbaf, let's say, because it seems to me that Whitebeard may have been as well a buccaneer like Kuma is, because the shape of the bodies and how they look when they were kids, and maybe this guy has as well, because Shirohige with Whitebeard, buccaneer blood as well. So maybe Oda wanted to do something with original Whitebeard there, but how he killed him in Marineford for the sake of the story of Ace and the story of Blackbeard, he said, why don't I play with the concept of the cloning that I'm already playing, and I put a clone of him as well out to do this thing that I want to do. And yeah, maybe how he's a big guy coming from this cloning, probably he may end up having some type of role in Elbaf, because if you think about it, it is of no relevance. If it is of no relevance to show this guy doing all the things that he's been doing, promoted as a Chichibukai, involving him with Miss Backins, and now giving up and, you know, being locked in Impel Down with no reason or with no motive, with nothing in mind. So I think if he is there, it's because something is happening or is gonna happen there. And yeah, it's like now they say to you that another random character is locked in Impel Down. Okay, well, we don't actually care much about that random character, but with this importance, having the scenes with Marco, the scenes with Shirohige and the old town, this kind of town that they are protecting and everything, yeah, it gives me an idea of something is happening. So I have this kind of thoughts. Or we are gonna have a mini story starting now during Egghead or before Egghead is finished. Or we're gonna have a mini story about Drake getting out of Wano, escaping from Wano. Check my video about Drake, so you will understand why I think he needs to escape and do whatever is coming next for him. Or the mini story probably will follow Marco, that consequentially we will follow Weevil in the escape. And then you can introduce the Flamingo a little bit, you can introduce Mr. Chu a little bit, or you can even make, if you keep doing Weevil as a silly character, you can even make that he goes crazy trying to save Marco because Marco is attacking. He is in the same maybe he's in the same cell that Doflamingo is. He manages to break the cell and everything, and Doflamingo says, "Oh, this guy is super strong. I can manipulate him to destroy everything here." Like Crocodile being a mastermind, the same, having Doflamingo being a mastermind and controlling this massive power to be able to escape from the prison. It could be as well. It could be as well. It could lead into a Doflamingo maybe having to negotiate or partnership or something with Cross Guild, something like this. It can be interesting. A lot of people is talking about online about the Cross Guild being a group of former Shichibukais, and Doflamingo will fit there the bill. So it can be very interesting. Just tell me about your thoughts as well. I don't think this is like a theory that I want to go much into it now, because I need to think about it more. If Doflamingo may, if he escapes, may join Crocodile. I need to think about it more. But yeah, soon I will do a Doflamingo video as well, because he's a character that it really calls my attention, and I really like him. So, not as a person, but as what the character and the story with the world government is done with him. So yeah, I think the skin, more or less, we have it. Now we are gonna try to add 2 different tones of yellow for the hair there. Okay, looking nice. I tried to use the yellow to do the sketch, as I always mention at the beginning of the video, because I thought this character may be represented by yellow color, and because the massive hair and everything that he has, and the skin color as well, the type of skin that is being put in the character, and yeah. So just want to add some, let's see, yeah, it's looking good. In a bit we will add some black. I love to add a little bit of black to the character to create some shadows and everything, and yeah. I'll try to see if I can make this. Yeah, I could. A little whiter. Yeah, please feel free to write in the comments what do you think is gonna happen with Weevil, if Oda is gonna put him again in the story, or if he's lost already in Impel Down and there's nothing to do about him, and all these things. I am very invested in the concept of him escaping, or just getting out of there like by his own hand, because he runs havoc and he goes crazy there after seeing Marco, and other people being able to take advantage of this and escape. This could be maybe the sole purpose of this guy in the story, is to be a crazy Whitebeard, escape from Impel Down how he can, destroying everything on his path, kind of run crazy, and that's the reason that we want to see Bone reuniting with Luffy. That will be, everyone's gonna be crying if Oda is gonna be doing that, and it could be because of this. And in that same sense, you can have I think I want to add a little bit of this. Yes. You can have the Doflamingo guy escaping as well, to do something, or to maybe even face Imu at some point, because he's the one who introduces a little bit more deep the concept of Imu and the surgery and this and that and law, and I think law is gonna come out again in the story, and it will make sense if some of these imprisoned characters at the moment they do a mini show and come out for a little bit. So I want to add some tones here. Let's see how they look. Yeah, it look good. Because I don't want to do it brown. I don't want to paint the hair brown. But this can give like a second interesting tone if I don't sharpen. If I don't sharpen the pen, the pencil. If I sharpen the pencil, it's gonna look too detailed. But like this, it's still blonde. The hair is still blonde. We forgot the underwear. The underwear is blue. The underwear is funnily blue. It's funny blue because he has the mind of a kid. I'm not saying that everyone with blue underwear has the mind of a kid. I'm saying that he's having it outside the clothing like this, like a kid, like a younger, like a youngster. So, okay, let's start like this, kind of washing the character with black a little bit to create this kind of shades and different tones and a little bit of, you know, effect. I really like to do this when I finish the character, so this as well. Okay. I don't think I need to do a recap of this guy because I've been doing a couple of recaps and explaining. I've been doing with Marco, I re-explain, with Doflamingo, I re-explain a little bit, with what is gonna he be doing, what do you think? So I think we have it quite clear, the opinion I have about this character and what is he gonna be doing going forward. And yeah, I hope that we see this soon, because I love Egghead because we are having plenty of info about plenty of characters, and Wano was more focused only in whatever was happening in Wano and following the raid and following Momo and everything, and I like it too, but I think I enjoy Egghead a lot as well because all this lore that Oda is dropping, I love it. That's my favorite thing. So I can think about theories and ideas and what is this guy gonna be, what is the other one gonna be doing. So yeah, I hope all these things about Weevil and Marco and Impel Down, and if he wants even to introduce here the Grand Fleet and everything, I hope he gives more info now during Egghead, and we have the sides character as well. The side characters kind of dropping us these bombs of info. I love when he does that. I think we are done here. This has this kind of darker tone. And now I will just do maybe paint this with maybe green a little bit. I picked this funny green. I'm gonna go for the olive tone. It can be very nice for this because the yellows, it combines very nice. The olive tone with the yellows. Yeah, I think we're done. I don't think I need to redraw anything because we've done it really nice this time, and I didn't wash much on top. It's looking good. So yeah, this is David Viadel DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you like the video about Weevil from One Piece, and yeah, I will be posting more content soon, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.